Point of order, Mr. Chair.
So one word can make a meaning.
Chair, clause 20, I propose to amend clause 20 as per the order paper. Again, this is a cleanup so that we are referring to paragraph D instead of saying D only in the bill. Yeah.
So I propose a question which is at clause 20 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. And I put the question which is at clause 20 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I put the question which is at clause 20 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 21, 22, and 23.
I propose a question which is at clause 21, 22, and 23 be part of the bill. And I put the question which is at clause 21, 22, and 23 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I propose a question which is at clause 24 be part of the bill. Honorable Langat.
Chair, I propose to amend clause 24 as per the order paper. Again, it's a matter of cleanup, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so I propose a question which is at clause 24 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. See no interest, so I put the question which is at clause 24 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I propose a question which is at clause 24 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 25.
Propose a question which is at clause 25 be part of the bill.
Yeah, Chair, I propose to amend clause 25 as per the order paper. Chair, this deals with the withheld VAT, and the current law, Chair, says that those who are withholding the VAT, they must pay that money within 14 days of that withholding. But Chair, after consulting with the stakeholders and the private sector and the National Treasury, we agree that all the withheld VAT should be paid by 20th of the next month, just like the other VAT, just like the other normal VAT payments, Chair, so that it is easy to administer by the people who are withholding the money. Chair, if it was 1st of May and you withheld some money, you are expected to pay by 14th. If you withheld another on 10th, you are expected to pay by 24th. So it's cumbersome, Chair. And what you are doing here is to make it convenient for the people withholding by fixing the date to be the 20th of the next month after the withholding.
Okay, so I propose a question which is at clause 25 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. And I put the question which is at clause 25 be amended as proposed.
Point of order.
How can you? Were you out of order, Honorable Langat? I think I will deny you the point of order. I mean, you've just had, you've been speaking, so you really cannot,
Chair, something
you cannot say you're out of order yourself.
Something material I forgot. Chair, I wish to, in that amendment, there is a 4D, the last paragraph of that amendment, which was not it was not a committee amendment, Chair. I don't know how it found itself in 4D. So I wish to drop that section where it says 4D, a person who commits an offense under subsection 4C is liable on conviction to a penalty of 10% of the amount involved.
What is it, Honorable Leader?
Chair, I really want to ask Honorable Chair to agree with us. I don't know, but it's not my amendment. But if you look at 25, 4C, it talks about a person who is required under this section to withhold, then A says filed to withhold, the income tax shall be withheld. Now that D is a penalty. if somebody violates that, that says a person who commits an offense under Section 4C is liable on conviction on a penalty of 10% of the amount involved. So if you withhold paying those taxes, there must be some consequences. I mean, I don't know, but it looks a good amendment. And
well, unless, of course, the chair, he has dropped it. So that puts us in very awkward position. What is it?
Okay, Chair. I think going by, I think I'm convinced, Chair, again, that we bring it back. But the risk only is that we normally provide under tax procedures and the offenses, and they are already prescribed. But Chair, I see no harm in carrying this amendment. So
okay, let's in future let's make up our minds on anything that we do, because you actually on a point of order rose to try and drop that particular one. Now you are reinstating it, but you are on record. It's your amendment anyway. But you see, the thinking of the chair is that you must have gone through these things in the committee. So it cannot be something that you can drop and reinstate at your will. It is something that, but anyway, we'll proceed, and I'll put the question, which is that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Langat. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I put the question, which is at clause 25 as amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 26.
Propose the question, which is at clause 26, be part of the bill.
Chair, I propose to amend clause 26 by deleting that section. Chair, this relates to the Betting, Lotteries and Gaming Act is amended by deleting the word 7.5 in subsection 1 and so therefore with 50. So Chair, this was imposing a 50% tax on betting, lotteries and gaming. Chair, after consultations with the stakeholders, the regulator, which is the Betting Control Board, Chair, the experts, the PricewaterhouseCoopers, Chair, and the committee, because we just introduced the new taxes to this sector, and of course the National Treasury. We just introduced the new taxes recently, Mr. Chairman, less than 6 months ago. And for one to come up with 50%, I think, Mr. Chair, the committee felt that it is too high. And Chair, number two, if you look at across the world, because we did a research in, we asked our research department to check what happens in Uganda, what happens in Tanzania, what happens in the US. Chair, there is no such rate as 50%. So we agreed, Chair, that we maintain the status quo for now, pending further consultations within the sector, and again arising from what the National Treasury said. Mr. Chair, if we want to discourage betting, Chair, it is better we do the... Yeah. So, Chair, and I don't know what became of the Jacoyo bill, because that should have been addressed to encourage or to discourage the youth from participating. But taxing 50%, we will actually encourage the black market.
What is it, Honorable Kenta?
Black market to prevail, Chair. So we propose that we maintain the status quo pending further consultations, maybe next year in the finance bill. Thank you, Chair.
I see this fairly contentious, so let me propose a question, which is that clause 26 be deleted. Now, I will give 4 members, because I realize this is a fairly, I can see the interest. We have already had 9 requests in a few minutes. We will start with the leader of minority. We will go to the deputy leader of minority, and then I'll come to Honorable Ishungwa and Honorable Mutura. Unless we, okay, I'll give more members, probably Kenta and another 1 member. I'll see. So let's proceed.
Thank you, Chairman. I do support the committee's position. Mr. Speaker, if we get that 50% tax, they will be forced to go underground and the country will lose money, and this is punitive. I think, Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, is the Betting and Control Licensing Board that sets the taxes, and the Ministry of Interior. It's not the Ministry of Finance. Mr. Speaker, there is no other country that charges 50%. And I do agree with the Chairman of Finance Committee that we have to be realistic. These are people who pay taxes, and last year they paid 3.5 million. This is a business like any other business, and there's no need to drive such a big group down.
Okay.
So, Speaker, to finish, I want to say that the regulated betting companies pay taxes. What has spoiled is these Chinese slot machines. Mr. Speaker, I want us to support the committee and maintain the status quo, because these are businesses like another business.
Honorable Ishungwa, and I come to Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to begin by saying, Chair, that maintaining the status quo is killing this country, Mr. Speaker, sir. We are at a time where this country needs revenue. That revenue is in those very addictive habits. And this, Mr. Speaker, is one of the taxes that in economics parlance we term as punitive or sin taxes. And because it is in an industry where people are getting into in droves, Mr. Speaker, there is a huge opportunity for government to make money and be able to derive revenues that will help to cure the social ills that are coming with gambling in this country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when we are debating part of the Jacoyo bill, which, Mr. Speaker, and I've heard what the chair is saying, that bill will lapse at the end of this session, Mr. Speaker, and there is no possibility of that bill coming before this House within the session of this Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, one of the things that we had said then was that the ills that are bedeviling this country, other than ethnicity, corruption, the third is betting. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, if you are to cure these ills one by one of the ways is to use taxation and have a fiscal policy in this country that makes sure that we punish those social ills that we find are not helping our society. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, sir, we are trending on a very dangerous ground to be able to create opportunities for huge business. Because betting, Mr. Speaker, sir, in this country and the world over is very huge business for big business empires. But it is killing the very small peasants and poor people in this country who are betting. And it is okay for their besides and others, Mr. Speaker, to win. But let us use taxation to stop our people from getting into these very bad habits. And therefore...
Okay. You have opposed. Let's have Honorable Midiwo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, listening to my friend Ichungwa, I am now a bit confused. Chair, when the minister read that thing on this floor, straight away I thought that the minister was being mischievous. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, taxes must have a basis. It would not be fair for this country to wake up to any day where a minister can say, today I'm charging you 100% tax. If there is no basis, and I do not know how the committee ran in this, Chair, all I want to say is that when I proposed my bill, I wanted to deal with how to regulate the betting industry. And I do not know how you regulate by taxing people out of business. I do not know. I do not know how you stop the ill by taxing people out of business. Chair, 50% taxation from 7% must be explained to this country, because what will happen, ordinary businesses will begin to live in fear knowing somebody can suggest a tax in that manner. I really want to regulate the betting industry, but I want us to do it using a bill. The same people, some of them who are against my bill. And why can't we allow a structured bill? That bill is still on this floor. We can bring the bill next week and pass a bill that will comprehensively regulate the betting industry. And then we will look like a civilized nation, Mr. Speaker. I thank you.
Okay, since I'm given the leader and the deputy of the minority party, I'll also give the leader of majority party. Yes, proceed.
No,
What did you say,
Honorable Wanga and Honorable Fatuma, you need to try your luck.
I only
to respond.
recognize the leaders in the House, not of counties and, other areas. I understand there are many leaders now.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Wanga is now the head of the campaign team, equivalent to the leader of majority. So we will give her a chance. Number one, I want to go on record that I have no business in this betting because my religion does not subscribe to that. So the Muslim community don't believe in betting and lottering and all this. But Honorable Jacob should tell us, where is his bill? You know, the minister has proposed 50%. And I can see after he appeared before the committee, the minister, in writing, has suggested 35%. And it's a function of parliament to decide on any figure, including deletion. I have no problem with the deletion. But we don't want to be taken in circus. And Honorable Jacob must be given the mic again and tell us, we have not seen your bill for another 1.5 months. So I think we must balance. We must balance between, as a house, in making the law, regulate industries, and at the same time, protect investors in various sectors of our economy. So let's not look at the 50% and say that the minister has broke the law. Let's not look at protecting investors who in one way or the other might have in their business caused certain social issues. I am sure when the minister was bringing was increase the taxation to reduce the clients who go to this business. That was the spirit of the minister. So, Mr. Chair, I think it's at the end of the day, it's the House to decide. But we must be told.
Now,
yes,
I really do not want you to ask too much.
No, Honorable
Why don't you say
even
that
you are the among the speakers panel. If we delete, yes, we delete. But we should be told when is the bill of Honorable Jacob coming to the floor of the House on regulations.
You see, at this point, I'll not be able to ask that. Let me have Honorable Kenta. It will be the business of the House to either agree with the proposed amendment, deletion that is, or otherwise. So, Honorable Kenta.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. I would like to actually support the committee on this because I believe these are licensed businesses. And even if you put 90% tax on any business, it will not assist us in most of these things. Even if you put it 90%, they'll still be, they still take part in all these activities. So I think the most important thing is for us to make it, to do a reasonable job to ensure that businesses are not killed by virtue of business rivalry. So I think I support the committee.
Honorable Fatuma.
And they're reasonable. Thank you.
Honorable Fatuma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand to oppose this amendment, deletion. And the reason why I'm opposing is, Honorable Speaker, when you want to totally discourage people in investing heavily in a bad practice, like gambling, alcohol, and cigarette, you need to raise the taxation so that it's not favorable for people who are likely to indulge in that.
So are you opposing or you are supporting?
I'm opposing the deletion of the article.
Okay.
Chair, and my reasons is that I think we need to make it unfavorable for people who are likely to. But my surprise is, Chair, I don't know whether we have gambling farm owners in this House because people are over-concentrating in this thing and they are over-supporting. Thank you, Speaker.
I will give, was the Mutura in the House because I had mentioned his name? Okay.
Thank you, Chair. From the onset, I want to oppose the deletion by the chairman. By the reason being that I'm seated right next to the vice chair of the committee, and I've been asking him the report of the committee so that I can also make informed decision on how they reach at this thing. Another issue, Chair, is because we passed the law. It's hardly 6 months down the line, and now we are trying to move an amendment. And I read mischief in that we cannot be used as a house. We passed laws, we were thorough in that report, and the last time also with the bill, we delegated the mandate to the Committee of Labor to come with a proper evaluated bill, where all stakeholders were to come in and give their input.
Honorable members, make your decision loud and clear. No more members speaking to it. I've already given 6 of them with both leaderships involved, so members, no putting up your hands. Make your decision the normal way. Now, honorable members, I put the question, which is that clause 26 be deleted. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Well, the ayes have it very clearly. No, I am giving members. I'm giving members. You see, honorable members, I can see how spirited you are in trying to oppose it, but I do not think you have the requisite numbers. So because we have 8 members standing. Now, Honorable Wanga, you know, you are treading on very dangerous grounds because, you know, when you allege biases and others, that is not right. Now, I am going to say that the ayes have it. Therefore, we will go to the next one. What is it, Honorable Mutura?
Chair, I want to notify you that we don't have the requisite quorum to pass any bill.
Well, but the matter, okay.
No
let me confirm the numbers.
Yeah.
Well, we have the issues that we don't have quorum, so I order the. Isn't that what you have asked for, Honorable Mutura? Yeah. When that has happened, I have no choice for as long as I see that we are actually 39, so very close to the quorum. So I order the bell to be rung for 10 minutes. Now we have quorum, so honorable members, can we now proceed? So we finished the 26. We are now.
Clause 27.
I propose a question which is at clause 27. be part of the bill? Honorable Langat? Okay, proceed. Proceed, Honorable Gashu here.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that clause 27 be deleted as per the order paper. Mr. Speaker, the import of the deletion is just the same as 26. If you can recall very well, is that these taxes that are being, the taxes that are currently taking place are not even 6 months old. And this clause is trying to increase the taxes to 50%. So what the committee is trying to do is just to have the status quo so that these taxes that are ongoing at least can take effect. They're only less than 6 months.
Okay. So I propose a question which is at clause 27 be deleted. Honorable Gladys Wanga.
Thank you, Chair. I oppose this attempt to delete these taxes, and for the reason that gambling is bringing down our young people. This is not the first time that taxation measures are being used in order to deter a bad habit. We do it with alcohol all the time. We do it with cigarettes all the time. We saw a comparative analysis of taxes in other countries. I sit in the Labour Committee where we met all these gambling people. We saw a comparative analysis of taxes in other countries when we were looking at the Jacoyo bill, and ours is the lowest. So why should we retain it at the lowest? I think the committee should really be disclosing to us what happened in Mombasa. Why are they treating us to this circus? What happened in Mombasa? Yeah.
Okay, Honorable Amalwa. Honorable Amalwa.
I think, Chair,
have you finished?
No.
Okay.
What the committee should be telling us is not deleting wholesome these reductions, but proposing to us that perhaps if 50 is too high, how about 40? How about 35? But not completely going to nil, back to 7.5, which means we are saying our eyes are closed to our children who are dying from gambling. Our eyes are closed to our children who are spending the whole day trying to gamble. Our eyes are closed to these very important matters, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So let me give another member from this side. I'll give two from this other side. Honorable
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, why this matter goes to the committee is for the committee on behalf of Parliament to do a proper scrutiny and give us a report. And from the committee report, it shows there was that comparative analysis which was done with other jurisdictions. Yeah, they have the report. That's what we were told.
No, don't exchange. Let us.
So in this context, Mr. Chair,
okay,
we do go and support the committee report.
Okay, let me give a Honorable Waititu of Juja.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to oppose. And for the first time, Mr. Speaker, I am agreeing with the Honorable Gladys Wanga for the first time. Because, Mr. Speaker, if we say that we are not going, or we are going to agree not to delete that 50%, there are farmers, Mr. Speaker, who are buying fertilizers. I'm in a coffee growing zone where we buy fertilizers and buy a lot of inputs, but we get nothing. These people gambling, I don't know whether there is any cost in it. And if we say that it's almost zero, what is their cost? And Mr. Speaker, I know, and I'm very sure that even around us here, there must be gamblers. And that is why they are not allowing this thing to go off. So, Mr. Speaker, people are watching us over this country to see whether what we are saying is the right that our people, we represent people here, Mr. Speaker. We are representing people in this parliament, and they'll judge us harshly if we allow this to happen. I'll agree with the Honorable Wanga that we better go down from 50 and maybe to 40 or 35.
Okay,
but
let's
if they say that, Mr. Speaker, is against that.
Honorable Dawood.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I'm in the Finance Committee, but I disagree with my chairman and the report. I say we should leave it at 50%. We should not have status quo because this country has gone down the drain because of these gamblers and people who are making big money out of poor people's money. So we should not agree to this deletion. It should be 50% as Even number 26 and 28 and all the other clauses regarding gambling should be at 50% and nothing less.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Ekai. Honorable Ekai, and that will be the last one. Members, be prepared to make your decision.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I arise to oppose this amendment. It's because, Honorable Speaker, for me, this is outright theft. It's an evil because we have lost people. There have been many cases of suicides. We are stealing. They are stealing from both the poor Mwananchi and the government if we don't tax them. Honorable Speaker, I'm not an economist, but as a representative of the poor people, Honorable Chair, I think we should actually protect the poor person and not the rich investor.
Members,
so I oppose.
Make the decision. Make the decision loud and clear. Honorable members, make the decision. So let's not open it, Honorable Leader. But this is a deletion, Honorable. Okay, let's hear. What is it, Honorable Leader of Majority Party?
Chair, I can see the House is divided down the middle. And I think in that scenario, then let's adopt the amendment the Minister of Finance brought to the committee, which was 35%. Let's adopt that, because I can see we're divided.
But okay, Honorable Leader, but how do we bring it in? You know, now there's a proposal for deletion. So members, since there seems to be disagreement, it's really up to you members to make your decision. Now let it be loud and clear. Members, let your decision be loud and clear. Now, I put the question, which is that clause 27 be deleted. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Honorable members, for clarity, make your decision loud and clear. I propose a question which is that clause 27 be deleted. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. The nays have it.
Clause 28.
I propose a question which is at clause 28 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Honorable Langat.
Chair, I propose to amend clause 28 by deleting, again for the same reasons. Mr. Chair, it is also very good to note that these companies also pay corporation tax at a rate of 30%, like any other company. So even as we want to say, we want to correct the ills. Chair, I think I have said that if you want to control and prevent children from this menace, the best thing is, and this is actually what was discussed, that the Minister for Finance, the Minister for Interior, which is whose dog this lies, and the sector, they meet and come up with regulations that will prevent some of this. Otherwise, Chair, even if we pass today 50%, we will not control the fines. We will actually make it worse because we will create a backstreet betting companies, Chair, which will not even contribute a shilling to the national treasury. So, Chair, I propose to delete pending further consultations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I propose a question which is that clause 28 be deleted. Now, I will give point of order. Okay, Honorable
Chair, I want to table I have a document from the CS National Treasury. So the National Treasury CS is not agreeing to deletion. That I want to make it very clear. And because, and the chair must read the mood of the House. You know, you need to save investors from 50%. Let's agree with me. We do a further amendment. We adopt the position of the stakeholders and the minister of 35%. Otherwise, you are not reading the mood of the House. You will lose, you'll give investors 50% tax, which is not fair, in my opinion. So it's good you consult us. You know, you don't become a dictator. Compromise. This is how a grand coalition was formed, through compromise. And consensus is where Kira Moses did. Can you talk to me? We do 35. Otherwise, you are going to burden other investors. We want to reach middle ground.
Okay, now I can. Okay, honorable members, well, we will proceed. So I'll give two members from, actually let me give just one member each from both sides and then we will proceed. So as I propose a question, therefore I'll give members who have not spoken. Let me hear member for Konoin, Honorable Koech. Honorable Koech. Honorable Investor, I mean Honorable Koech. I almost said Honorable Investor.
Hello. Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for giving me an opportunity, but my question has been overtaken by events.
Okay. So let's have, I see from the other side who has not spoken. Well, we could give Honorable Manzo for now. Honorable Manzo.
And thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I do suggest that we go by the minister's proposal so that there is a balance between the two sides.
That can come in a different avenue. So yes, it's now Mr. either we defeat or... So let's proceed and put the question.
Yes.
Then you will have an avenue of maybe ventilating some of those other issues.
Thank you, Mr.
So I put the question, and members, let's be clear. I put the question, which is at clause 28, be deleted. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of our contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it.
Clause 29.
I propose the question which is at clause 29 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat.
Chair, I propose that clause 29 be amended by deleting that clause. Chair, for the same reasons, and I also remind the House that we can do 50%, but what is the effect, the overall effect in the country, in the sector? So, Chair, I propose by the deletion, again, as I said, pending further consultations and ahead of maybe next year's finance bill and the regulations.
Okay. I propose a question which is at clause 29 be deleted. Two members and then two members. You have already put your cards yourself, so let me start with Honorable Raso.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think the chairman of the committee should stay guided, because as the leader of the majority has said, the mood of the House is very clear. This House is not about encouraging gambling. And the gamblers must be warned that this is the end of it. This country needs to raise revenue. This country needs to raise revenue. While we are encouraging investors, I think at the same time, clearly I think the minister has given a policy position of 35%.
Okay.
So I think we are just flogging a dead horse.
Okay, Honorable Sakaja. Honorable Sakaja. Honorable Sakaja.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first of all,
the Honorable Leader of Majority, you cannot say that Honorable Sakaja is here for the next few days only.
Only?
That is going to another.
Mr. Speaker,
that is not for this House today.
Unfortunately, I won't be here for long. But I'll be just down the corridor in the Senate in a few months. Mr. Speaker, I want to really, I'm a member of the Finance Committee. But I wonder how we're even calling these people investors. This country invests in our children, in education, in healthcare, and yet we are saying these are the people who are reaping billions from these young people. If you walk around Nairobi, if you go to Kayolo, if you go even to the slums, there are these betting dens. Mr. Speaker, I want to say no, and the excuse that we will be building backstreet gambling is not an excuse. That is like trying to cut off your nose to spite your face. Let us deal with that. That is the rule of law that must deal with that. But we cannot do anything that encourages young people to keep gambling. People are selling their destiny. They are stealing now. People are committing suicide because of this betting, Mr. Speaker. In fact, if we could tax them for not even doing anything, we should tax them, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, so I put the question which is at clause 29 be deleted. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it.
Clauses 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34.
I propose the question which is at clauses 30 through to 34 be part of the bill. And I put the question which is at clauses 30 through to 34 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 35.
Propose the question which is at clause 35 be part of the bill.
Chair, I propose to amend clause 35 as per the order paper. This is basically a cleanup and tightening up of the bill, Chair.
Okay, so I propose the question which is at clause 35 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Let me put the question which is at clause 35 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I put the question which is at clause 35 be as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 36, 37, and 38.
Propose the question which is at clauses 36, 37, and 38 be part of the bill. I put the question which is at clauses 36, 37, and 38 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 39.
Propose the question which is at clause 39 be part of the bill. Honorable Langat.
Chair, I propose to amend clause 39 as per the order paper. Again, Chair, this is a cleanup and lighting up of the bill.
Okay. So I propose the question which is at clause 39 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Let me give two members, Honorable Onyura.
Chair, I don't seem to follow this. I don't know whether there is I don't know if there is because you are deleting one and substituting with the same. Am I the one who is Mr. Chair? Maybe you can assist me here. I don't know where there is I've seen. I think it's just where the brackets are put. Since it's that easy and straightforward.
You actually, you probably are right, Honorable Onyura.
Yeah.
because the chair did not give good explanation. But I can give a member who is in the same committee, Honorable Dawood. Let's hear if you have any better clarification.
Chair, thank you. Chair, I think my chairman needs to explain this addition more.
You can proceed and explain because you are a member of the committee.
Okay. Chair, what I think my chairman has tried to do here is he's talking about the CS extending the term of receivership. But I believe, Chair, extending receiverships is not helping us a lot because we are... Chair, my chairman is telling me...
Let's have the chair. I think the campaigns have had some tolls on everybody, including yourself, Honorable Dawood.
Chair, sorry. Let me explain further. If you look at the bill, if you look at clause 39 4C, the last paragraph of that section says that provided that a person who pays a penalty under this subsection shall not be prosecuted in a court for the same offense. Chair, we disagree with that section which says shall not be prosecuted, and said he should actually be prosecuted if he continues to commit that offense. So we are only providing that in addition to paying a penalty, then you can also be prosecuted.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is an explanation so the members can make their decision. So I propose a question which is at clause 39 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I propose a question. I put the question which is at clause 39 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 40.
Propose the question which is at clause 40 be part of the bill. Honorable Langat, proceed, please.
Chair, I propose to amend clause 40 as per the order paper. Chair, there was a mention of county government security, and the committee felt that if we were to allow it to move on, it will then become a bill concerning a county government. So we are just trying to remove anything that may delay the bill, Chair, by it being a county government bill, by it being a bill concerning county government. So we are deleting any reference to county government to make it actually a bill not concerning county government. Yeah.
Okay. So I propose a question which is at clause 40 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Let me give Honorable Chieng.
Mr. Speaker, I support this, but his explanation doesn't make sense to me. Because there's no day every other bill that has the word county government will be a bill concerning the counties. The finance bill is a very special bill. It's only done in this assembly. And what they are seeking to achieve county government would make the finance bill be a bill that concerns county governments. I don't think that can be the case. And personally, Mr. Chairman, I think the intent of this amendment is to help the county, because we have been saying counties must also be strengthened, so they can also use their properties as security. So the moment you're saying that because if you mention them, this bill becomes a bill concerning county governments, it's not true. It's not true, Mr. Chair, and I oppose.
Okay. So let's have probably on this other side, I see Honorable Joyce has spoken a few more times. Let's have Honorable Namwamba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, but I was targeting another clause. I was intending to catch your eye in advance.
Okay. So members, make your decision. I put the question which is at clause 40 be amended as proposed by Honorable Langat. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I put the question which is at clause 40 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And please let the whenever you make any decision, make it loud and clear. you know, it's not, doesn't make a lot of, I mean, the chair will not have a good idea of what you say when, for example, somebody like Honorable Millie Odhiambo says, you know, it doesn't come out clearly. Let us be a bit more clearer. So, honorable members, let's proceed.
Clauses 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45.
Honorable members, I propose a question which is at clause 41 through to 45 be part of the bill. I put the question which is at clause 41 through to 45 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 46.
I propose a question which is at clause 46 be part of the bill. Honorable Langat.
Chair, I propose to amend clause 46 of the bill as per the order paper. Again, we are just removing, we are just replacing the word cooperatives to with SACCOs, and it's a cleanup. It was a typo, Chair.
I propose a question which is at clause 46 be part of the bill. I put the question which is at clause 46 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I put the question which is at clause 46 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 47, 48, 49, and 50.
I propose a question which is at clauses 47 through to 50 be part of the bill. I put the question which is at clause 47 through to 50 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 51.
I propose a question which is at clause 51 be part of the bill. Honorable Gashuhie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I wish to move the amendment on clause 51 as per the order paper. And the import of this amendment is that it seeks to amend the second schedule of the Miscellaneous Fees and Levies Act 2016 in order to provide that goods destined for special economic zones are exempt from import declaration form, a fee, and goods imported for the construction of liquefied petroleum gas storage facilities as approved by the Cabinet Secretary responsible for liquefied petroleum gas and also exempted from import declaration fee. Further, the amendment seeks to provide that goods imported for the construction of liquefied petroleum gas storage facilities as approved by the Cabinet Secretary responsible for liquefied petroleum gas are exempted from the railway development levy when imported or purchased. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So I propose the question which is at clause 51 be amended as proposed by Honorable Gashuhie. I put the question which is at clause 51 be amended as proposed by Honorable Gashuhie. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Put the question which is at clause 51 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clauses, new clause 1A.
I propose the question, no, first, sorry. Now let's the mover move second reading.
Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 1A be read a second time.
Very well. So I propose a question which is that new clause 1A be now read a second time.
Chair, that is a subsequent amendment to amendment which we did on clause 4. So it's just to make the bill consistent, Chair.
Okay. So, honorable members, I proceed to put the question which is that the new clause 1A be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I propose the question which is that the new clause 1A be part of the bill. See no interest, so I put the question which is that new clause 1A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New part 3.
Propose the question which is at new part 3. Sorry. Let's have the mover to move second reading.
Chair, I wish to move that the heading
Just
be part of the bill.
Just move that it be read a second time.
I wish to move that the heading be read a second time.
Actually, it's new part 3. So I will propose a question, which is that new part 3 be now read a second time. Give a few members. Let's start with the. Let's see, Honorable Langat. Honorable Langat, you are interested in that one?
No, Chair, I think this is a straightforward thing. You're just reorganizing the title.
So I propose a question which is that new part 3 be read a second time. And I proceed to put the question which is that new part 3 be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I put the question which is that new part 3 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New part 4.
I propose a question which is that new. No, again, I beg your pardon. Let's have the chair. The chair to move second reading.
Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 15A be read a second time.
It's new part 4 now. Yes? New part 4, Honorable Langat.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Chair. Sorry. I wish to move that the new part 4 of the bill be part of the bill.
Okay. So I propose a question which is that the new part 4 be now read a second time. I put the question which is that new part 4 be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? And as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I propose a question which is that new part 4 be part of the bill. And I put the question which is that new part 4 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 15A.
Propose a question which is, again, Honorable Langat.
Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 15A be part of the bill. Be read a second time. Sorry.
Very well. So I propose a question which is that new clause 15A be read a second time. I put the question which is that new clause 15A be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? No. The ayes have it. And I propose a question which is that new clause 15A be part of the bill. I put the question which is that new clause 15A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 17A.
Propose the question which is that new clause 17. No. Honorable Langat, you should be standing quickly so that the chair doesn't get. So move the second reading.
Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 17A be read a second time.
Very well. So I propose the question which is that new clause 17A be now read a second time.
Chair, this is only reordering the bill,
okay,
so that it is consistent.
Very well. So I'll put the question which is that new clause 17A 17A be... I put the question, which is that new clause 17A be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question, which is that new clause 17A be part of the bill. And I put the question, which is that new clause 17A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 20A.
I propose the question again. Honorable Langat. Move second reading.
Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 20A be read a second time.
Very well. I propose the question, which is that new clause 25A be read a second.
20A.
New clause 20A be read a second time. So let's have the leader of majority party.
Speaker, this is a fundamental amendment. So the chair can just say that I move new clause 20A and then sit down. You know, we are here to listen and understand.
Okay, let's have
when you are moving, the chair has given you, when you are moving, you need to explain to the House and go into the Hansard.
It's okay, Honorable Langat, proceed, please.
Chair, that amendment is to the Tax Procedures Act of 2015. And under the Tax Procedures Act, we created what we call, for non-residents, you can be represented by a local person for the purpose of taxation. And so, Chair, what you are simply saying there is that the registration of the tax representative shall be in the name of the person who is a non-resident. And we are also saying that a tax representative can represent more than one, more than one non-resident, and they will be issued with a PIN for each person they are representing. Thank you. So this is just to ease on the administration of tax.
Okay, so I will proceed to put the question, which is that new clause 20A be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question, which is that the new clause 20A be part of the bill. And I put the question, which is that new clause 20A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 25A.
Propose the question, which is that new clause 25. No, let's have the mover to move second reading first. Honorable Langat? Oh, is that Honorable Musimba? Yes, Honorable Musimba on this one. Absent, so that one is dropped.
New clause 29A.
Okay, that is, let's start with Honorable Langat, and then next will be Honorable Gashuhi. Honorable Langat. But how can we have...
Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 29A be read a second time. Chair, this is again under the Betting, Lotteries and Gaming Act, Chair, and we are simply saying that the taxes which have been provided under the sections noted and any other monies received under this act by or on behalf of the board by way of fees shall be paid into the consolidated fund. Chair, there was a proposal to create, to take the monies from the betting tax to sports fund so that it can fund sports. So we are actually just clarifying here that it is only the betting tax which goes to the sports fund. Any other fees received by the betting control board, Chair, should go to consolidated fund.
I propose a question which is that the new clause 29A be read a second time. I put the question which is that new clause 29A be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Gashuye to move the next one on the same.
Thank you, Chair. I wish to move that new clause 29A and B be read a second time.
Well, so we will proceed. Never mind the fact that there are some issues that we are repeating ourselves on it, but we'll proceed anyway. So
thank you.
You have moved second reading,
Yes,
isn't it?
I have, yes.
So you want to speak to?
Yeah, I just want to say the import of that new clause. I've moved that it be read a second time.
You have moved?
Yeah.
So let me propose a question first.
Yes.
That the new clause 29A be now read a second time. We can have you to say something now.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to say that the new clause be inserted immediately after clause 29, and the amendment seeks to amend the Marine Insurance Act in order to define marine cargo insurance, which is not expressly defined, and further provides that that a person with insurable interest in marine cargo shall place marine cargo insurance with an insurance registered under this Act unless prior exemption has been granted by the Commissioner. The need for marine insurance, Mr. Speaker, is to make is a matter that need to not be overemphasized, as it is the handling and protecting of marine cargo. Thank you.
Very well. So I'll put the question. I see no other member who is interested to speak to this, so I'll put the question, which is that new clause 29A be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I now will propose the question that the new clause 29A be part of the bill. That is for both. I proceed to put the question, which is that new clause 29A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 29B.
I propose a question which is that new. No, before I propose, let's have Honorable Gashu here to move second reading. Honorable Gashu here.
Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Chair. I thought when I was telling, I just said both, but for clarity, I propose that new clause 29B be read a second time.
It was for both on 29, what you are proposing and what Honorable Langat was proposing. But now this, I will propose the question, which is that new clause 29B be now read a second time. You want to say something to it to put some clarification, Honorable Gashu here?
I think it's just the same as the other one, A, which is just talking about the marine insurance, which we need not overemphasize.
All right. So I will put the question, which is that new clause 29B be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I proceed to put the question, to propose the question, which is that new clause 29B be part of the bill. And I put the question, which is that new clause 29B be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 39A.
Honorable Langat. Move second reading.
Chair, Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 39A be now read a second time.
Very well. So I propose a question which is that new clause 39A be read a second time. Honorable Angat, what is it about?
Chair, this is to amend the Kenya Deposit Insurance Act 2012 so as to give the minister some power under exceptional circumstances to extend the term of receivership of a bank for a further period of not exceeding 12 months. Chair, circumstances may arise that may require that receivership of a bank, Chair, is extended pending further maybe consultation and looking for the way forward for the affected banks, Chair.
Okay. So I propose a question. No, I proceed to put the question, which is that clause 39A be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I put so I will propose a question which is that new clause 39A be part of the bill. I proceed to put the question which is that new clause 39A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 41A.
I propose a question which is, no, let's have first Honorable Langat to move.
Chair, I wish to move that the new clause 41A be read a second time. Chair, under the Sports Act, as I had said earlier on, we created what we call the Sports Fund. And what we are simply saying is that in addition to the monies which goes to that fund from maybe appropriation by Parliament, Chair, we are saying the monies from the betting tax, lottery tax, and gaming tax shall also be part of the money that goes into that fund so that they can fund sports. And there were even talk of sports, culture, and other issues, Chair. So we are just facilitating the taxes from this betting, lotteries, and gaming act to go to that fund, Chair.
Very well. So I will propose the question, which is that new clause 41A, actually new clause 41, be read a second time. Honorable Kashuye, you want to speak to this?
Yeah, I think, Chair, what Chairman is trying to propose is that this fund that is being created, you know, all funds that are collected should go to the consolidated fund, but we are only trying to legalize this money not going exactly to the consolidated fund, but goes directly to the sports fund.
Okay. So I will put the question, which is that clause 41 be now read, new clause 41 be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it, and I propose the question, which is that new clause 41A be part of the bill. Proceed to put the question, which is that new clause 41A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 52.
Let's have the leader of majority party on this one to move second reading.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that new clause 52B of the bill be amended by inciting the following clauses immediately after clause 51 as per the order paper. Chair, this is just a cleanup. When we were doing the Proceedings of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act number 9 of 2009, when we were doing the amendment, and we were creating a provision for the Asset Recovery Agency, through the Attorney General's advice, we have realized that the mandate of asset recovery was with the Anti-Corruption Agency, and it derives its mandate from Chapter 6 of the Constitution. However, that provision of Section 51, subsection 1A of the Proceedings of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act, in effect, implied that the Commission cannot institute cases for recovery of proceeds of crime or benefits. And as we speak, if this amendment is not made, all the cases filed in court by the Commission and its collaborative efforts with other jurisdictions, other countries, will be rendered nugatory. So this amendment just wants to bring it back 6 to ensure that the Commission continues to discharge its mandate effectively in terms of undertaking preventive and comparative and recovery. So it went to the wrong institutions. So it's just bring it back from where we put it and bring it back to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Act.
Okay. So therefore, I'll propose a question which is that new clause 52 be now read a second time. I put the question which is that the new clause 52 be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And I propose the question which is that new clause 52 as amended be part of the bill. I proceed to put the question which is that new clause 52 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Title.
I propose a question which is that the title be the title to the bill. Put the question which is that the title be the title to the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose a question which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. And I put the question which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Now, let me call the mover to move. Reporting.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Finance Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2017, and its approval thereof with amendments.
So I will put the question which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Finance Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2017, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Can we start with the Finance Bill, the National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2017?
Mr. Chairman.
Just a minute, honorable members. Okay, for good order, members, let us start with the Insurance Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 17 of 2017. So let's have the chairperson to report to the House.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Insurance Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 17 of 2017, and approved the same with amendments.
Well, let's have the mover of the bill to move agreement with the report.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request Honorable Member for Saku to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
I second, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. So I will propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Can I put the question? So I will put the question, which is that the House, just a minute on this one. Honorable members, let's confirm if we have the numbers. And from the face of it, we actually do not have the numbers. So therefore, we'll move to the next one. Let's have the chair to move to report to the House. Honorable Langat. Honorable Langat? Or is it Honorable Gashui on this one? Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Finance Bill, National Assembly Bill, number 16 of 2017, and approved the same with amendments.
Okay, so let's have the mover to move agreement with the report.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request the Honorable Ababu Namwamba to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
All right, so honorable members.
Mr. Speaker, I do second.
Okay, sorry. So I proceed to propose a question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. But let's have the leader of majority first.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of clauses 20, 26, 27, 28, and 29. I also request the member for Subukia, who is the Vice Chair of Finance, and who with his chair never decided to explain to us this matter, to second the motion.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to confirm that, maybe we don't, Mr. Speaker, I want to confirm that we wrote a report. It was very elaborate, but I allowed members to read the report, and so I want to second the recommittal.
Okay. So I will propose a question, which is that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of clauses 20, 26, 27, 28, and 29. Now, unfortunately, again, on this one, I will not proceed beyond here in terms of, because of the fact that unless we want to debate on this one, but I will not put the question. We can have two members to speak to it, Honorable Leader of Majority Party, to the recommittal, that is, specifically.
Honorable Speaker, I was telling the chair of finance that in every parliament, there are serious stakeholders, even within the Republican Party in the US and the Congress and the Democrats. And I kept on saying this afternoon that let's go by what the Treasury said. Let's come to a middle ground. And that's a function of legislation. That's a function of legislation. I'm sure when government put 50%, they must have good reason. And as a people's representative, as people who represent investors, we will have to agree to both sides. So I think this recommittal, once we reach on Tuesday, we will agree. We will agree between now and Monday, we will agree to bring the taxation level down, for government to collect taxes, for the investors to feel comfortable. But there's no way, as was happening this afternoon, that, my good friend, the chair, you know, you are a ranking member. The deletion was the one that brought problem. You should have listened, you know, but I'm sure, thank you, you agreed with us. And at a later stage, we have agreed, we do recommittal. The chair will have an opportunity to do more consultation with the Treasury and with the investors. And we want everybody to have a win-win situation. So, Chair, I really support the recommittal.
Very well.
These clauses.
Now that
Clause 20 is not, I think it's about the National Treasury has a small issue. They are sitting there. We'll also find how to deal with that clause 20.
Okay.
So,
now for the, now that we've had the leader of majority party, let's have also the leadership of the minority, Honorable Jakoyo Midiwo.
The leader of the caucus of the independents. Chair, thank you. But I want to echo the words of majority leader. You know, in the dying moments of every parliament, this country passes some very bad laws because of disinterest. And I am vindicated when the leader of majority says that maybe deletion was wrong, but I said that there must be an agreement. So, Chair, I want to plead with you between now and Tuesday to look for all the stakeholders, especially Treasury, and I agree with the stakeholder, with the businessmen on a figure. But I wanted to say this, that it is a time that this House must initiate a debate which is towards doing proper regulations to the gambling and the betting industry. And I have spoken to them during the time I proposed my bill. They are not averse to the idea of being regulated. There are so many of them who are unregulated. But I think to do it haphazardly, I do not think is good for our country. I don't think you just pass laws for the sake of it. I want to plead with you that between now and Tuesday, we will all consult and come here. If people are going home, you know, like I always say, by now if you have not warmed up to the possibility that you may not be here in September, then you are not being truthful to yourself. So just be at peace, but now you are on payroll, do the right thing. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Joyce Akai? Oh, there's a party leader. But now, while Joyce is getting ready, maybe the party leader, Honorable Ababu, can speak now that Joyce, you are not even in your place. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I have a very keen interest in this matter. First of all, I support the recommittal. I believe it's a very good move because it provides opportunity for us to reflect on this matter a little bit more deeply and also perhaps conclude consultations in a more substantive manner. Mr. Speaker, I had the privilege of moving in this House in January 2013, the Sports Act, then as a minister responsible for youth and sports, I moved in this House the Sports Act that opened the door for sports betting. And at that time, Madam Speaker, the motivation really was to provide a framework that would allow this country to harness our passion, our interest, our talent in sports, and allow the sports betting industry to function in an orderly, regulated manner, controlled manner. And therefore, I am a big supporter, a very big supporter of sports betting. But I also believe that it is an industry, perhaps one of the fastest growing industries today, that requires regulation. And if well regulated, it can indeed achieve the objective that motivated the Sports Act to open the door for sports betting. And remember, Madam Speaker, and the honorable colleagues here would be advised to note that indeed, this is a matter that has received constitutional backing, that betting is recognized in the Constitution, that provides a framework on how it can be regulated or how it can be managed. What we need is regulation. And I want to urge this House that we should pay very, very keen attention to the need to have a proper regulatory regime to manage sports betting. Mr. Speaker, by saying so, I would urge against demonizing this industry, because there has been a tendency to demonize this industry. Just like any other industry, it has got its challenges that would be very well addressed through proper regulation. But over-taxation would certainly not be the way to go in terms of regulation. It is important for government to collect revenue, but there is no need to kill the goose in pursuit of more eggs, because once the goose is dead, then there'll be no egg, not even a rumor of an egg. And the attempt to tax the industry at a rate of 50% of gross, 50% of gross revenue, Madam Speaker, is basically sounding a death knell for the industry. And so even as we consult in preparation for recommittal, let us agree, and I hope that Treasury will be keen on this one. You will have nothing to collect if the industry dies. You collected about 5 billion shillings from January when the new taxation regime was put in place at 7.5. And if you kill the goose, there'll be no egg to collect. So let us be reasonable. Let us set a taxation regime that allows the industry to grow, that allows the industry to thrive, while allowing government also to collect taxes. And so I support, but I want to urge Treasury, please be reasonable on this matter. There is absolutely no reason to kill the goose in pursuit of more eggs, because then there'll be no egg to collect. Madam Speaker, I support the recommittal.
Yeah, thank you, Ababu. I think we ventilated on that, and we can now move to the next order.
I was delayed just a little bit.
On number 15, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment, number 6, Bill, National Assembly Bill number 65 of 2015. Second reading.
Okay, well, Majority Leader, can we, I think you have a paper to lay.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, May 25th, 2017. The 2016-2017 Supplementary Estimates 2 Program-Based Budget of the National Government of Kenya for the year ending 30th June 2017.
Okay, so they can move to that. Okay, we were moving to the next order, which is the one of the constitutional amendment. But before that, I want to give Honorable Mwadegu an opportunity to move a procedural motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm moving on a procedural motion for extension of sitting time. That pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 30, subsection 3A, this House resolves to extend the sitting time of the House until conclusion of business appearing under Order 14 on today's order paper, that is the debate on the election of IALA members. And this is in relation to what, even when we were starting our sittings today, the Speaker did bring it to our attention that we as members of Parliament, we should endeavor to ensure that both the issue of what he called Theluthi, and he was classifying it as Duale 2 bill, be debated by members, and we should extend as much as possible to ensure we conclude the IALA business this evening to enable us submit the names to IALA next week. Madam Speaker, it is important that members do consider extension of time so that we can do away with this issue of IALA, because I can see, Madam Speaker, the leader of business is just grumbling because I know his motive. His motive is to push this matter as far off as possible. But, Madam Speaker, it is important that we ask members to agree to an extension of time, and I ask Honorable Kajang to second.
Madam Speaker, part of what I have learned since I joined this August House is that a point of order should be raised when a motion has been moved and seconded, so that there is properly something before the chamber to debate. But you know, Honorable Speaker, we have to decide whether we want to do our business or we want to play games with serious issues. We are in a debating chamber. We are making laws. There is an East African Community legislative chamber, which is just as important as this House. There is a statute which we have passed in this House, Cap 2, in which we have domesticated that law. And we all know that we need to send our delegations as fast as we can. If we are going to play games so that we want to unnecessarily extend this debate beyond what it is necessary, we might just as well say that we do not want to do our business. I want to support, I want to second my friend, the minority whip, that it is very, very important, not just for the conclusion of the IALA debate, but also for the conclusion of the constitutional amendment debate, because I think that those are very important discussions before the House. So, Madam Speaker, although I hear comments from the other side, I can only help but think that those comments are to extend, to forestall, to filibuster, something which I think is very important. I second. I think it is a good thing. We should be able to debate this until the end of the discussion. Thank you.
Honorable members, I then propose the question, which is that, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 30, Part 3A, this House resolves to extend the sitting time of the House until conclusion of business appearing under order number 14 of today's order paper. That is the motion on election of members to the East African Legislative Assembly. Majority.
Madam Speaker, as I want to pick from where my colleague said, it's a debating chamber. And when it's a debating chamber, and if you read at the rules and the procedure, there is no rush. The deadline is on 2nd of June. And this same report must go to the other house. And some of us have been sitting here. I mean, we have been here from 2:30, so we are looking at the clock at 6:30. But as important as they are, Madam Speaker, do we have a quorum? Yeah, as important. Before even I continue, do we have a quorum? In fact, the quorum to discuss this matter, both the Duale 2 bill and this IALA bill is not. So first, let's ring the bell, let's get the quorum, and then we come back to it. So I'm raising a matter of quorum for us to discuss this important bill. If you want to go that route, I'll go. I'll go once.
I order the bell to be rung. Can we have the quorum bell rung?
So you think you can intimidate me?